I saw the Super Mario movie this past weekend, and oh my god, it blew my mind. Hey guys, Spin here. Gonna be doing a full review for the Super Mario movie. This video will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend that you just click away and come back once you've seen it. But without further ado, let's get into it. Woohoo! So, the story. I think that if you've never played a Mario game, I could certainly understand why you would think that this story is paper thin. I mean, there's elements of the story that are pretty much just lifted straight out of Mario Odyssey. What with Bowser trying to marry the princess, that's not really all that shocking if you've played Mario Odyssey. And him traveling to the different worlds or realms to get the things for Peach's wedding. He didn't do that in the movie, but he was traveling to get the Power Star. Then he was traveling to the Mushroom Kingdom to try to impress Peach. So, I mean, I feel like the movie moved really fast and you just kind of jump from one thing to another. But as a fan that has played the games, it totally makes sense. So something I think people should know is the Super Mario universe is connected with Donkey Kong, it's connected with Yoshi and a few other franchises. And so to try to fit all of Mario in an hour-and-a-half movie is a pretty daunting task, I believe. So I understand the jumpiness that the movie had, and I think the story was fine. Is it on par with other films? No, but I don't think that it was trying to be. It's trying to be on par with other Mario games, and in that sense, it knocked it out of the park. I think the story is very good for what the film is, a Mario movie. I love the characters. I never thought that I would get to see some of my favorite characters in gaming be so animated and lively. The closest that we got to this was like Paper Mario and the Mario and Luigi series. So it was absolutely wonderful to see the characters as lifelike as they are. I think that Illumination did a really good job with showcasing the characters' personalities. I mean, Mario is still, outgoing and full of energy. Luigi is still definitely, the scaredy cat little brother. And Bowser is still sarcastic and, wants to be ruler of everything. I really like what they did with Peach. I think early in Nintendo's history, Princess Peach has kind of just been the damsel in distress character. She didn't really have much of a personality besides being the princess, the one that needs saved. And I think as Mario games have gone on, she's developed more of an independent personality, which I really like. And I think that Peach in the movie was honestly my favorite character because she did have some of that independent energy, but she didn't deny her other emotions. I mean, she meets Mario and instantly, has a reaction to it. I'm very intrigued about her backstory because I don't think she's ever really had that much of a backstory before. And I just think they did a really good job with their character. I think that she's a nice balance of embracing being human and having emotions and having feminine energy while also being an independent girl boss, as we say. I think her character is very well-rounded and she certainly did shine compared to some of the other characters, but I don't think that Mario was pushed aside because Mario was on his own hero's journey. You have to consider that this is Mario's first time in the Mushroom Kingdom. He's not gonna go through the pipe instantly knowing how to be Super Mario. All of this is new to him. I would be scared if I just was thrown into this adventure, and I'd imagine that he was too. But he tried, and he had a lot to learn. If they make a sequel to the Super Mario movie, I would imagine that we'd get to see more of Mario being Mario. And the only thing for me is I really wish that we saw more of Luigi. I mean, I thought that Charlie Day did a really good job as Luigi, and I think that just like with Peach and Mario and all the other characters, that they did a really good job expanding on the personality that we understand of Luigi through the games. But right in the beginning of the film, he gets locked in a cage, and we don't see him for the majority of the movie. So the next Mario movie, I would really like to see more from Luigi, especially because Luigi is a fan favorite character. I feel more people like Luigi than they like Mario. And of course, Bowser was fantastic. Bowser is the perfect blend of being Bowser, but also simultaneously being Jack Black. It was a harmony that I didn't think I'd ever see, but I'm so happy exists. I feel like like they did a really good job showing off like Bowser's temper and his like undying love for Peach, but also being, you know, kind of hot-headed and like a goofball. It just was Bowser. Play a Mario game and you'll realize that it's just Bowser. They made Bowser and they made him more Bowser than I know all the characters. They doubled down on the personalities that the characters had in the game. They just took that and expanded on it, and I think they did a fantastic job. It was so wonderful to watch.
Let's go!
The music was phenomenal. I was a little shocked that there were licensed music tracks, but I think that they worked very well. As far as the actual score for the film, it is loaded with little musical cues from other Mario games. Everything from Super Mario Bros., Super Mario World, Mario 64, Luigi's Mansion even. No Mario Sunshine that I noticed, so I'm a little sad about that. But like every other Mario game pretty much had a reference, and it was fantastic. Got most of them, but I'm confident that I didn't get all of them. So the music was fantastic. It's riddled with little musical cues and references, which made it so fun to try to find those cues while you're watching the movie. Which, speaking of references, this movie is riddled with them. There are references everywhere. And little nods to the games, things that people say. Everything from Mario getting to Peach's castle. They don't want to let him in, and they say, you know, your princess is in another castle. Mario says, you know, Wahoo and Mamma Mia. You know, there's like a banana peel that gets dropped, and one of the carts spins out like Mario Kart. Blue Shell, Koopa does blue shell things like in Mario Kart. The actual commercial is a reference to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. The pizza place that they're in Brooklyn is called Punch Out Pizza. There's a Jumpman arcade machine, which is like the original Donkey Kong, which is where Mario came from. You can see a picture of the trainer from Punch-Out in the pizza place. There's a scene where Mario's in his room and he's playing Kid Icarus on an original Nintendo. Like, just absolutely riddled with references and musical cues. Again, if you've played a Mario game, this movie there's so many references. Honestly, you probably would need to watch it 2 or 3 times to really get all of the references. I would love to go back to the theaters and watch it again in the theater, because I'm sure I missed something, and I would love to go back into that world and just be there again for another hour and a half. My overall review is just that it was great. It was a fantastic movie. Illumination knocked it out of the park. I wasn't as nervous about it because I actually do like, you know, Despicable Me and Secret Life of Pets and some of the other things that they've made. I thought that they make a good quality product, but, you know, Mario's different. Mario has a whole bunch of stuff already behind that name. So I was hoping that they would have handled all of those things with care, and they absolutely did. It is a joy to watch. I would love to watch it again, and maybe even a time after that. And I've already told myself that whatever 4K Steelbook pre-order nonsense that they're going to do for this movie, I've already mentally pre-ordered it. It's that good. Anyways, overall, I think this movie was a really good time. I think I'd give it like an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go watch it. If you have seen it, go watch it again. And if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for playing my game.